In this guide, we're gonna explore the new features of Twinmotion 2024. We're gonna talk about those new really important features, and we're gonna make some examples. And the first one that I think it's really important here in the home screen. So if I start here from the interface, I go to File and go to Show the Home panel. So I can open up the splash screen or the welcome screen that you probably see the first time you're gonna open this version. And the first thing I think really important is that we have Automotive now templates that we can use. One with the studio, like indoor, and one with the outdoors. So we can do architecture, we can do product, we can do now also automotive. Well, we could do it also before this version, but now we have these really, you know, useful templates in addition to the ones that were already here. So you can I'm downloading here this file, these templates, but the mechanism, the process is still the same. You click there on the little arrow, you download it, and then once you finish, you can click on open. So I'm gonna use this one here called Beach. I'm gonna open and see this one with the car, and then we're gonna import something in there. I'm gonna test the new render real-time render engine called Lumen. Now Lumen is not new, it comes from a real engine, because as we know, Twinmotion is like the little brother of Unreal Engine 5. So usually the most advanced and the most useful tools that we have in a real engine that will be also useful and imported and can be used in Twinmotion. And one of these is Lumen, which is again a powerful real-time render engine used for a real engine video games that is going to, update and the level of the quality of the global illumination that we already have a nice quality in Twinmotion, but this is going to make it even more realistic and you know uh, nice to see and outstanding. So that's the first. And if you want to know more about the Lumen global illumination, you can just search for it in the Twinmotion documentation. You'll find everything in there, like the prerequisites. So make sure you have activated the DirectX 12, and also in the quality you should use the ultra settings or high, as you see here, and then we have some other settings to enable Lumen at the best, and where, well, they're essentially in the ambience panel. So I'm just gonna show it for those of you who are less experts, but we already did like another course in Twinmotion, and also we talked about Lumen in Unreal Engine in the course of Unreal Engine, and there's also like some analytical tool like to check how the render engine is working, and there it is. So you have all the information you need in the documentation if you want to go more in depth into this, which I'm not going to do here. I'm just going to introduce these new features, and then I'm just going to do a quick example on how you can activate it. And another really important update and improvement is that now you can use animated FBX. Now this one here, I got it from Sketchfab, and you know that Sketchfab is integrated inside Twinmotion, but just to show you, this is called facial body animated. I searched it on Sketchfab, and it's you can see it's a woman which is moving just a little, not too much, but just to show us that how this tool is going to work. So if I go here, model information, you can see that we have the FBX format, which is the one that we're going to use. So make sure you download with that format, which is currently the only one working with animation, as I understand. And you can see we have two animations inside. So one file can contain not just one, but more animated, sequence. And that's it. So let's just go and download it. And if you want to look for more downloadable animated assets in Sketchfab, just make sure you click on the filters, and you'll find a lot of models you can download and try to do the test yourself. Now this is the beautiful automotive outdoor template file that we now have in Twinmotion, and it looks really amazing, really good. Now let's go in Edit Preferences and let's start to see things that we may want to change before we get started. Now we're not going to use Path Tracer, which still remains the most advanced render engine, but it's also the slowest and more accurate. So we're only going to talk about Lumen in this video. And you see we have also the Sketchfab library import settings there, so we can import actually directly from here. But let me see here, what else? Well, I think that's pretty much it. In the quality, we need just to make sure we have ultra or again high. And here in the viewport resolution, I'm gonna put 100%, so it's kind of the best. And then appearance also, language here, if we want to change the language, we don't want to do that. And interface scale is fine. I'm gonna give it 100%, so you should see the same things as I see here. And you need to also restart. Oh, another important thing, make sure DirectX is 12. So go again in Edit, Preferences, and in the graphic hardware support, it should be already DirectX 12, but make sure it's that. Now, just to make sure that I apply those settings, I'm going to restart Twinmotion, and that's the folder, by the way, that I have downloaded from Sketchfab. So you find here the various texts. Make sure everything is extracted. You don't want zipped files. You want to unzip them. You want to extract them from the folder in order them to work. And we need the FBX, and there are also the textures right there. So I'm just gonna go here with the templates. I'm gonna open up the template which I've saved in a file. So I'm just gonna go recent, or you can again go from the splash screen. You can go from the home screen, and there you go. You can see the Sketchfab button here. And also another feature I want to show you is to use Adobe Substance 3D materials, which is also covered in the Substance 3D video course, but I'm gonna show you also here and quickly. So let's go in the ambience in the right side panel there, the Explorer, and let's find the settings we want for the render. So let's click on render settings, and now we are in real time and we are already in Lumen. You can see everything is being kind of preset, but you can change it anytime. You can go in Path Tracer if you want a more advanced render and more quality. Simply, it's going to take more time, and then we can switch back to real time. And we can switch from the standard, which was already pretty good in my opinion, wasn't so bad. I think that with Lumen we have some improved reflections and also again shadows and global illumination. And you can also tweak these settings, like increase the details of the global illumination, the view distance, if you want to make sure that also something in the background will go inside Lumen area. And then you have also settings for the lighting, and here we can visualize if there are some mesh conflicts, and apparently some of those are in conflict, like the purple things. And then you can also optimize or use the full power of Lumen and increase the quality, increase the bouncing of the global illumination. But now, as we start to increase, we're gonna start to see some lagging. We're gonna start to see some slow motion of the 3D viewport. Well, that's up to you. It's up to your graphic card actually. If you have a strong graphic card, you're probably gonna experience this with higher settings than mine. But just to show you that you can customize all these parameters and set up the performance based on the power of your PC, of your desktop or laptop, wherever. Working on a laptop right now, so I cannot push this too high. And then I have shadows and other settings for the shadows, and that's it. So it's pretty easy, as everything is in Twinmotion. So pretty easy, straightforward, user-friendly, and now we are using Lumen. Now let's also check some substance materials. So we do have a library here of materials that we can just drag and drop into the scene. If we're not satisfied, if you want more, we can just go in the 3D assets library of Adobe and start downloading some of these. Well, you need SBAR as a format in order to work. So I'm gonna get this like car solid paint wet. So if I want some extra effect there, or yeah, also this one here is the car paint matte rough. So you can download as many as you want. Well, not as many. It depends on your account. In my case, I have like other 40 downloads. And again, make sure you put the filter there and make sure you download the SBSAR. And once you're ready, you need to import it in the software here. So I'm going to show you how to import the 3D model as a mesh, as an animated mesh, and then also the material. So you can also go up there, File, Import, or Control I. And for the materials, you need to be in the material panel. So for the 3D models, we're going to go to plus. And if it is a static geometry, you will choose geometry. But in this case, we want to import animation together also with the materials and the texture. So we're going to go select the FBX file, make sure we have everything, the texture folder and everything. And then here, let's leave everything as it is and import. Now, it depends on how big is the file, how heavy it is. You can wait 1 minute, 2 minutes, whatever else, but be patient and eventually it's gonna appear. Remember that we're not just gonna bring here the 3D model, but also the material with the various textures. So depends also on the how big are those textures, and also we are importing the animation. And it should appear again, as we know, on the top right. And there you go, that's the lady there inside the car, but we want to push her a little bit outside. So I'm gonna find out where the folder it is. And you see it's a kind of a different icon for that animated 3D model folder. And then I'm gonna push it out, rotate it a little bit. And there we go. You can see it's already animated. We don't need to do anything here. All we can do is try to find the correct angle by rotating. And then down here, we can turn off the animation. We can play the animation once, or we can play it in a loop. And then we can change the speed, make it slower or faster. We can change the delay. We can also change the type of animation if in the file there are more than one different types of animation. And you can see also the static pose, the static A pose, and that's it. So just select the animation you want to use, and everything is always so fast, simple in Twinmotion. It's so amazing. And then we go in the materials, click on the little arrow here in the button to create a new material with the plus. And instead of using a standard, we're going to use substance. So you can see there now we have a plus with the substance text and then open. And these are the materials I've just downloaded. So I can just, import both. I'm just going to do an example with the matte. So I'm going to select it, import it, say OK. And there it is. Now it's in my library. So I can click and drag it in my shelf of the project. I can click and drag it inside, and there you go. I will just apply it. And then I can also customize it. You can see it on the right side, the substance material panel. I can customize the color. I can customize the translucency. Um, you know, that's kind of overlapping with the existing material. And then I can change the roughness. I can change the specularity. I can change the normal and all the other settings that you find here. So just go there and experiment, and also zoom in because these are really high quality material. So this will be all for this video guide. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, please subscribe to the channel to stay updated. Check out our courses in Unreal Engine, Twinmotion, and Substance 3D, and many, many more. And also, if you want to support us, please join the channel as a supporter. Thanks for watching. See you in the next.